Welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So today from our science subject we are going to continue our lesson Earth and Universe. Okay children, so in the previous session we have already discussed about the planets, sun and planets. Okay, now in this session we are going to discuss about some more from the universe. And the first one is about the satellites. Okay, satellites. So what is a satellite, children? So everybody might have heard this word satellite, but what exactly is this? An object that moves around a planet in an orbit is called its moon or satellite. See, an object. So universe has got so many celestial objects, like it has got stars, it has got planets, it has got asteroids. No, so many. So any object here that moves around a planet, an object which moves around a planet, suppose Earth is our planet, okay, so which is round in shape, and other object which moves around our planet, any planet, okay, in an orbit. What is an orbit, children? So it is a fixed path. No, it is a fixed path, and it is called as its moon or satellite. So a object which moves around a planet in a fixed path, that is an orbit, is called its moon, okay, or a satellite. Okay, see here, this is the moon, this is the earth. Here you can see the moon, children. Here you can see the earth, and moon, it revolves around the earth. Okay, and this is a natural satellite. Moon is the natural satellite. No, nobody has invented. No, nobody has made. It is by the nature, from the nature. So it is a natural satellite. Whereas if you can see this instrument or this mission, children, so this is also a satellite, but this is an artificial satellite. Okay, so this is a man-made satellite. Clear what is the difference is? So what is our satellite here? The natural satellite is our moon, no, which is going to revolve around any planet, that is our earth. Moon is going to revolve around our earth, and it is our natural satellite. All planets except Mercury and Venus have moons. So all planets. So how many planets we are having, children? We are having 8 planets. And from that 8 planets, except Mercury planet and Venus planet, other all are having moons. So Earth is having only one moon, and we have also already learnt that Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn, no, they are having around 67, 62, 21. No, so many moons. No, so moon is the natural satellite of the earth. So here moon is our natural satellite. For which, children? For our planet earth. Okay, so this is a satellite. What is satellite? An object that moves around a planet in an orbit is called a satellite. Okay children, now natural satellite. No, we are saying that moon is a natural satellite. No, how it is? Let us see. Moon is about 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth. See how much distance is there from the earth. Moon is this much far away from the earth. How much? Because we are going to measure the distance in kilometers. No, so on earth, then in this measurement we have got 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth. So this is the distance between the moon and the earth, children. It completes one revolution around the earth in 27 days. So moon has to complete, no, it has to take a complete round around the earth. Suppose this is our planet Earth. No, moon has to take a complete revolution around the Earth. No, it has to travel around the Earth. To complete this one revolution from the starting point till the finishing point around the Earth, it takes 27 days. Okay children, one revolution of moon around the Earth finishes in 27 days. Clear? Now, it does not have its own light but appears bright as it reflects the light of the sun. So, moon also does not have its own light. Planets also do not have own light. Same like that, moon also does not have its own light. So when it is revolving around the earth, children, when it is revolving around the earth, what happens? So it is going to reflect the light of the sun, because earth again is going to revolve around the sun. This is the sun. Okay, so suppose if this is the moon, children, so earth again is going to revolve around the sun. Again moon is going to revolve around the earth. So during this process, what happens? This moon is going to get the light from the sun. Okay children, and moon does not have an atmosphere unlike earth to protect itself from very hot or cold conditions. So what we have learnt? Like we have learnt about atmosphere. No, like a blanket. The earth is covered or surrounded like a blanket with a blanket of air, which we call it as atmosphere. No, so moon does not have this atmosphere, and because of that it is very difficult to protect from hot and cold conditions. No, so if you want to live on this planet, or sorry, on the satellite moon, because you do not have atmosphere, children, it is very difficult to live there, because there is no protection from hot and cold conditions. No, so whereas earth has got this atmosphere where it is going to protected by this atmosphere from the harmful radiations. Clear children? So what is about the moon? Like what we have learnt, that moon is about 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth, and it takes around 27 days to complete one revolution around the earth. No, and it does not have its own light, and it is going to reflect the light of the sun, and moon does not have an atmosphere. Okay children, clear? Now see, this is the surface of the moon. This is the surface of the moon, how it looks. Okay. So the temperature on the moon can rise till 117 degrees Celsius at noon and come down to 173 degrees at night. Sorry. So children, this is the surface of the moon. Okay, this is the surface of the moon, how it looks exactly. Okay, and here what happens when come to the temperature? No, even we also have temperatures. In summers it is very hot, in winters it is cold. No, even on moon also we will be having temperatures. And how does this temperature, it is going to rise? So it is going to rise till 117 degrees Celsius at noon. Okay, and it is going to come down to minus 173 degrees centigrade at night. See, so it becomes so cold at the night and it becomes very hot at the noon. Okay, so because it is not having this atmosphere, it is very difficult to tolerate this weather conditions on the moon. Okay, and the surface of the moon is covered with large pits or holes called craters. Are you able to see here, children? Some pits or holes. Okay, so these are called as craters. Okay, you can see these many craters on the surface of the moon. Okay, how is this? Because what happens, so in the outer space you will be having some small and big rocks which we call as meteoroids. Okay, we call it as meteoroids. So you will be studying about them in detail in your future classes, but I am just briefing you that these meteoroids, what happens, they are going to hit the surface of the moon. Okay, when they are going to just hit it or fall down with the speed on this moon, on the surface of the moon, so these are going to form. So there will be a depression, there will be some holes, which we call it as large pits or small pits. Okay, children. So these pits or holes are going to form. Okay, children. So because of this, you can see these things on the surface of the moon, and we call these pits or holes as craters. What do we call it as? We call it as craters. Clear, children? Now, so that was about natural satellites, and now about the artificial satellites. Artificial satellites. So what did we say in the beginning? Artificial satellites are nothing but man-made satellites because we made them. It is not from the nature. Those satellites are not from the nature. Okay, they are not natural. Man has invented, man has made it. So they are called as artificial satellites. Clear, children? Now, Earth has a lot of man-made satellites revolving around it. Okay, so these are called artificial satellites and revolve around the earth in a fixed orbit. So earth has got so many man-made satellites. And why do we make satellites, children? For developing our communication systems, for getting information about this space, universe and all that. No. So communication system is like our mobile, TV, radio, all this. No, communication systems, and for weather telecastings. No, we need some information which we will be getting through the satellites. Okay, and we have invented so many satellites, and all these artificial satellites are revolving around the earth, our planet. Okay, children, and they also have got a fixed path which we call it as an orbit. Even they also rotate on the same path. Okay, children, and one of the first artificial satellites to be sent into space was Sputnik 1. Okay, the first artificial satellite which has been sent into the space was Sputnik 1. The name of that particular satellite is Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite. Okay, children, and the first artificial satellite to be sent into space by India was called Aryabhatta. So Sputnik 1 was a satellite, but India has sent one more satellite, and that was the first satellite from our country, which was known as Aryabhatta, or which is known as Aryabhatta. But Sputnik 1, it is not from India. It is not from India. So other countries, they have sent it. Okay, children, and this Aryabhatta satellite, that is our Indian satellite, was first launched on 19th March 1975. So near about 47 years before. So the first satellite was launched, no, 47 or 46 years before, the first satellite was launched on 19th March 1975. Okay, children, so here are the artificial satellites. Are you able to see here? See how they are traveling, or how they are making their journey around the earth. So they have got their particular way, a fixed way, children. Only on that they are going to travel. So only on that, see, it's again they have got an orbit here, and through which we are going to get the information. Okay, through these satellites we are going to get the information to the space stations like ISRO. Okay, ISRO. So through these satellites we are going to get information to the ISRO centers. Clear, children? Now, so let us just revise and recall until what we have learnt. We'll just check once again. And here are the fill in the blanks. Let us fill them. The nearest planet to the sun. What is the nearest planet to the sun, children? The first planet? Yes, it is Mercury. Okay. And now, the hottest planet in the solar system. The hottest planet. It is the Venus. This is the second planet. Okay. The planet that appears red in color. So the soil and the rocks are red in color on the surface of this planet, and because of that we call this planet as a red planet, children. And this is nothing but the planet Mars. Okay, M-A-R-S, Mars. And the largest planet in the solar system. What is the largest planet, children? And it has got 67 moons around it. Jupiter. This is nothing but Jupiter. No. And you have one more record also for this planet. What is this? Fastest spinning planet. No, it spins very fast so that it is surrounded by the clouds. No. So this is the specialty of Jupiter now. And a dwarf planet. A dwarf planet. So before it was a planet, and until 2006 it was a planet, and after 2006 it is considered as a dwarf planet. What is that? Pluto. Okay, children? Clear? Now, so you must also be ready to give the answers. Clear? Now, so let us learn about the stars. So everybody love to watch stars? No, we have so many rhymes also. In the childhood we were learning about stars in the form of rhymes. No, they are very beautiful, shining and twinkling in the dark sky in the night. Okay, children? So stars are huge balls of hot gases that give out heat and light continuously, and they appear as tiny points in the sky because they are very far away from the earth. So stars are huge balls. So why we are telling that they are huge balls? So normally if you see in this picture or even in the sky also, we feel it just like they are small dots. No, but we are talking here even about the sun, children, because sun is also a star and it is a huge ball. So along with that you have some more stars which are big in size and which has got hot gases, which produce heat and light continuously, which is going to give out heat and light continuously. Okay, and they appear as tiny points. See, as I said, they are just like dots in the sky. No, very tiny, very small points in the sky, because they are very far away from the earth. So not only sun, children, you have, as I said, even you have some other stars which are big in size. Okay, but they appear very small, very tiny. Tiny is very small points like dots in the sky. Why? Because when we see from the earth, they look like a small dots, shining dots. But because they are very far away from the earth, so they appear like that. Okay, they appear like a tiny dots. But in reality, they are huge balls. Okay, children. So, because they are far away from the earth, we can see them as small, tiny points. And the sun is also a star. The sun is also a star. It is the nearest star to our planet, which is why it appears big and bright. See, we are able to see the sun very clearly and in a big size. when compared to the stars in the night, children, so the sun looks very big for us. No. Why? Because sun is nearer to our planet. Sun is nearer to our planet when compared to the other stars. So that is why it appears big and bright to us. Clear? Yes. And why do we not see any stars in the sky during daytime? So now you will have the question. So when we are able to see the sun, even that is also a star. No, why we are not able to see the other stars during the daytime? Why we are only seeing them in the night time? No, then the answer is because the sun is very nearer to the earth and hence looks much brighter as compared to the other stars that are very far away and hence look very faint. So what happens? When the other stars also appear in the sky in the daytime also, no, always they'll be there in the sky only. Because the sun is very nearer to us and it is very bright, no, in light. So it produces, so much of light when hot sun or when the sun is there in the sky, no, you cannot just concentrate on that light. No, so it is so much bright. So because of that brightness, what happens? The other stars which are far away from us, say they look very pale. So they get hidden in that brightness. So we'll not be able to see them because the sun's light here is dominating. So because of that bright light, we will not be able to see the other stars. Okay, children? And in the night, what happens? The sun is going to set. No, we will not be having the sun. So because of that, the other stars will be able to be brighter. It appears little brighter to us in the night times. Okay, children? Now, hence we cannot see other stars or the moon during the daytime. So not only the stars, even the moon also during the daytime will not be able to see because the sun's light is going to dominate here. Clear, children? Now, and let us learn about the movement of the earth, movements of the earth. And earth, it moves. Do you know that? Earth moves. No. So earth moves in the sense, you may ask me why we are not moving. No, but we will not feel that movement because it rotates in a very slow speed where we will not feel that movement. But sometimes when you have this natural disasters, no, like earthquakes and all that, then you can see the movement of the earth. You can feel the movement. Okay, other than that, so nowhere we can feel the movement of the earth, but it moves. It is going to move, it is going to rotate, and it also going to revolve around the sun. It rotates around itself and it revolves around the sun. Okay, children? So let us see what it is. As the earth revolves around the sun, it also rotates on its own axis. So earth is going to rotate on its own axis. Suppose if you just spin a ball, take a ball into your hand and just spin it. So it is going to just rotate around itself. No, same like that. So earth also rotates on its own axis. And the axis of the earth is an imaginary line passing through the North Pole, the South Pole and the center of the earth. Okay, children? So this axis, we call this as an axis, which is an imaginary line. Okay, which passes through the North Pole, South Pole, and in the center you have got the equator. Okay, you have got the equator. So it is going to just pass, it is going to pass through this all. And this axis of rotation is tilted at an angle of about 23.5 degrees. So what is the angle, children? Here it is tilted. It is not straight, children. It is little tilted, and the angle of this tilted position of earth axis is 23.5 degrees. Okay, and another imaginary line on the surface of the earth is called the equator. See, this is another imaginary line, that is equator. Okay, so this is also on the surface of the earth, children, which we call it as equator. Okay, see here in the picture, you can see very clearly. So this is the North Pole. Okay, so this is the South Pole. In between you have got this equator, and this is the axis, that is the imaginary line, earth axis. Okay, and as earth is going to spin around itself, we call this as rotation. And at what point, children? What degrees? 23.45 degrees. Okay, children, so this is how, so we are having the rotation of the earth. Okay, and it is at equal distance from the North Pole and the South Pole, and the equator divides the earth into two equal halves called the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So as we said, even equator is also an imaginary line which is going to divide the earth into two parts. Okay, the upper part of the equator is called northern hemisphere. The lower part of the equator is called southern hemisphere. Okay, children, it is going to divide the earth into two equal halves. Clear? Now, see here. So, visually you can see how earth is spinning, how earth is rotating. See, this is the imaginary line, that is the axis which is tilted. Okay, in the tilted position. Are you able to see? Okay, children, so what we have learned in today's session, so we have learned about the satellites, and we have also learned about the stars, and we have learned about the earth axis. Now, how does earth moves and rotates and revolutes. Okay, children, so here we will be concluding the session, and we will be continuing in the tomorrow's session. Until then, take care and goodbye. Please visit our website www.aimstoday.in for other information regarding online classes, quizzes, live worksheets, DIY activities, English classes and coding. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.